All right, so let's do this shit. The second part of understanding. Yeah, guys. For the first time, Sayori is first into the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in, in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. My best wasn't good enough, but it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with herself, the deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Wait, is that Yuri? Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. What's next? Oh, Monica. Again, she's late. Like, damn. Like, how many times are you gonna be late, Monica? Like, for real. And you're the president of the literature club, so yeah. I would have thought you would have been first to arrive. Why didn't I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. I'm going to leave such a bad impression on the new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. So you're busy helping other students with their work that you haven't been paying attention to your own literature club, like dead ass. It's kind of like this in the main in the story, yeah, guys. So yeah, this is a bit of a running gag with Monica is that she's often late to the literature club. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does, Yuri? Uh, Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book and she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. Door to the club room is open. It's not. Yuri stands, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Uh, me? With publicity stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Well, that kind of happened in the last part of the understanding side story. Monica looks into the cloakroom herself and sees Sayori sitting alone inside. Okay, it's kind of a simple talk. Shit, it's kind of a simple job, but I'll be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict they that may have arisen. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could be the conflict avoidant after having been in the in a debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies for the new flyer, then go around up to the billboards and replace the old ones with new ones. Yuri nods, and the two set off. two walked in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up conversation. So basically, Sayori helps out. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. None of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up at the stint conversation. How the, how the hell does Sayori do it? Sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me, what did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I feel so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just imitated by the things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like a club. It's working. And I'm really happy about it. Yeah. Sometimes people will have different interests. That's how it is when you're doing a club, Monica. People will have interest in different things. Like for example, Yuri loves like fantasy type books and shit. So yeah, at least you're bringing some. At least she's bringing something new to the table for the club. So yeah, she's not into it. Huh? She's not into it. I'm stupid for forcing it to her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sigh. No, it's just me. It just. Yuri pauses. Hmm. I'm thinking. Moment passes in silence. Yuri shakes her head. Shh, I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's just an issue with me. What happened? Personal problems, Siri? Well, in the, in in the previous side story, Trust, Sayori had a bit of issues with like her like some sort of depression or something like that. But here, Yuri kind of has her own issues, so I feel wrong to inconvenience you with. So basically, I think she doesn't get that much attention. That she doesn't like communicating with people. Basically, I guess. Uh, Monica pauses and thinks, well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join this club, hopefully, anyway, and learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with the club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with. Not just only some people, of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. Basically, she is not used to being around other people. Basically, that she's basically not much of a social person. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any any topic basically? And talk for hours about the things that I'm into, unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm not. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity of. And Sayori falls into the third category. She what? Hold on. You're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I push onto her. Nobody deserves to push themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Very sharp words cut through the tense air. Damn. Yuri just likes to be approached differently. And and she says that if you not into the same stuff that I am, then you can just tell her at least. You don't have to force yourself into a topic that you're not interested in. Basically, that's what Yuri's basically telling us, or at least Monica. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over the original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I can never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Well, you never know, Yuri. You never know what their reaction will be. Even if you feel that way, you can just tell them the truth, Yuri. You can just tell Sayori the truth about you, Yuri. Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? Sorry, making myself sound so. No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone, however, much kindness as they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay to be for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too, but good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. Just have to be, you just have good communication. Talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that. My head is so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. Uh, that's totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club better place for everyone. Yeah, Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at, about people. So thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finish replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monica mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the clover once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't, if I don't do it now, I never will. Basically, a now or never situation for Yuri. Yuri starts towards the door, but turns to face Monica. You're not just gonna wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. You want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. Hmm. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use like an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? Oh, look into it. I think it'll be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, be back. Bet. Good luck. Basically, moment of truth. Basically, Yuri waves at Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from anxiety, the test that lies before, but it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clothing door. Yuri? Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Sayori shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, the words suddenly caught in her throat. At the moment, she realizes how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first, but I got most of the way through it. And look, Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes beautifully produced with indentions, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, but I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response that she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away, guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if there's something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Just please tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just wanted to be friends. I just wanted my friends to be happy. So I thought that if we did something together that I really like, I don't want you. I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. Sorry. Tears of guilt, self-loathing begins to stream down her face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard to just to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with eternal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should leave and just escape from here before Monica sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri can put away any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrapped around her. Oh, it's okay. Sayori whispers in the soothing voice. So basically, Sayori tries to calm Yuri down from her, pretty much from her mental breakdown. Basically, it's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest, pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing away heavily through a, through a clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know you must be what you're feeling right now. I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need it. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we could talk about them together, okay? See, Yuri, see what I told you about? You never know what's gonna happen. Sayori is willing to talk to you about how you really feel. Yuri sniffles again, nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten used to people being weirded out by me. That's that it feels like I don't want anyone who's nice to me. It's just the way without pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I've gotten so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought it was going to be finally my chance to make friends through my interests because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I've gotten from me. But whenever I catch myself being overly excessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't believe like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people, stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling morally steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realized that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you're so great at helping me while you were reading. So I'll help you with things that you need to. But I feel like I'll be frustrating with you on how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me, but I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, there's no way that you can frustrate me because I'm already like you as the person that you are. You know, you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise you it's true. You you don't have to be social person for people like you. I don't think I think you're really considerable in your own way, worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kinds of weird. It's a large club, but it's the best part that we're all different and we have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to, I promise. That's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not me, then I could say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want to off, rub off on me. Yuri fights back, smile at that comment. Already, a heavy atmosphere surrounding her seemed to have evaporated through the cares of Sayori's arms. Wait, did they made a typo there? Your hair is so pretty. You always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut all off. Yuri tension relaxes. But once she feels okay, just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing, Sayori senses Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's sometimes that she deserves to experience. Well, then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading laughter. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended, of course. I'm not gonna judge anything this early on, though. So we'll just see what happens. Oh, and um, it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Well, you did. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. Then Monica returns back. Monica's back. I haven't seen you like at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monica. Uh, she whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. Yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know Sayori could be kind of a huge hug monster. Uh, hey, Sayori be like, hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, then, then it could spell disaster. Wow, oh, and then fucking laughter. Yuri laughs. Monica perplexedly looks between the two of them, then she smiles. Well, I'm glad to hear that you've been enjoying the reading so far. It's like our first real activity as the literature club about that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderable for me not to return a favor to you and learn about things that you like. Yes, you like poetry? Very smiles. Damn, that was a good ass side story, yeah, guys. Like to me, it feels like the side stories have a mix of comedy and drama into them. Like that was another emotional moment right there about Yuri, basically. And I'm beginning to like the side stories, yeah, guys. Damn. So I'll see you guys next time, yeah, guys, where we continue the main story. Wait, hold on first. I didn't unlock any more side stories yet. I'm, I'm gonna have to play the main game in order to unlock more side stories. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.